Hello, I think I'm going live. Happy December. Can you see I always get this wrong, I've got my Christmas tree up. Wrong side. This is it. This is my Christmas tree for this year. And the reason why, what is going on with me and this camera? The reason why I've only got a itty diddy little Christmas tree and only a few decorations. I've got sparkle as well. Every time I touch this I get glitter everywhere, but I've got sparkle. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I had it out into the shop, can you tell? And I've also got my little big bauble here with me lights in and some little itty diddy little baubles to make me feel a bit festive. The reason why I've only got a few decorations up is because in 19 days I'm going to Spain. How exciting is that? I'm spending Christmas with my daughter, my grandson and my son-in-law and my eldest over in Spain. The reason why is because I've had to cancel quite a few trips that I did have planned this year because of the wonderful cancer issue that I had, which I'm going to give you a weekly update. Look at my little skinhead, it's coming back, although I still feel bald at the side, but I think I've actually gone a lot greyer this last 12 months, which is understandable, but I think it's coming back white, so it's not standing out quite so much. But we'll see how this progresses over the next few weeks and months and see what happens. So I've decided not to do Instagram as well this week because I was just confusing myself and I was looking down there and up here. I've had one love art of somebody, but I don't know who it is. I've just put a link up on my Sort Your Shizzle page with the little thing that you need to click on so I can see who's watching or who's commenting. So if you come out and come back in again on my Sort Your Shizzle Out page, you should be able to give Ecamm permission. Because it worked the first week and then last week it wasn't that sparkling, so I don't know what I did wrong. It should put it up there all the time so I can see who's here, because you know I like to see who's here. The other thing, have you seen me little thing up here? I'm doing this from the sorting shack. How cool is that? I've given my little office a name. So I'm going to stop waffling a bit now. My mouth's dry already and I've only just started talking. I've completed my 30-day challenge on TikTok, which I'm quite proud of. I'm going to carry on doing it because I'm quite enjoying it. And one of the things that I've noticed, it's not about getting likes, but it's about people commenting or the amount of views that my posts are getting. And I've recently started looking at narcissistic personality traits and gaslighting. I did this over on one of my Facebook pages probably about 12 months ago now. So I started posting that, and the amount of views I've got on it, outweighs any of the other ones. So it kind of gave me a topic for discussing this week, which was toxic relationships, and are they damaging our health or are they bad for our health? And the answer is yes. Both physical and mental health, which my son did quite a bit of research on this, and I had a quick look on good old, Tinternet and Google, and it was a bit hit and miss, the research that I found. But when I had my diagnosis, he was saying it's because of all the stress that I've been under, and that can be a trigger for it. The jury's out on that one. But what I do know is that when we're in a toxic relationship with somebody, whether that's a family member or a marriage or a partnership or co-workers at work, any relationship that we're in, we co-create the relationships that we're in, so it can be with anybody that we have a connection with, really, even our children. If we're stressed or overwhelmed and things like that, our cortisol levels are increased, and if that's over a sustained period of time, then that is going to damage our body, because it's like a toxin, flooding through our system. And if it's over a sustained period of time, then it's going to start affecting us. Cortisol and adrenaline are released. It's our stress hormone. Same as when we have anxiety and things like that. And, I think I spoke about it last week or the week before about when I get anxious, I get digestive problems. So, you know, if we're in a toxic relationship and we're worried all the time or feeling stressed all the time, it's going to impact us in lots of different ways. We might start getting headaches, we might start getting aches and pains. It's basically like having inflammation in our body. So whether it's anxiety or stress, it can affect our sleep, it can affect, it can give us anxiety, it can affect our self-esteem and our self-worth. All these are going to have an impact on us mentally and physically, whether we like it or not. So it's about how can we maintain a healthy life balance if we're in a relationship with somebody, or if our relationship is quite toxic, and what do we do about that? The obvious is to get out of that relationship, but I know, personally that can be quite difficult. I've spoke about it in the past about being in. It says I've had 3 comments here. Oh, see, they're coming up. Tam, hi Tam. And Mary sent her a wave, and Tony sent. I'm still not up to date with all of this stuff. Yeah, I've just clicked on a button and I can see them all now, which is good because I like it when people are here. Yeah, I'm not au fait with technology at all. There's numbers up there, but I couldn't see what they were for. Anyway, yeah, I was in a quite a toxic relationship for quite a few years, and it did take its toll on me. It took its toll on me emotionally and mentally. It did knock my confidence and my self-esteem and my self-worth. I doubted myself and I questioned myself pretty much in every decision that I made. And it's took me probably getting on for 4 years to come out the other side of that. I'm feeling a lot stronger now. I'm learning to prioritise myself, which I think is a really important life skill. I was thinking about the journey that I've been on this year and the changes that I've made, and it's a shame that sometimes we need a bit of a jolt in order to start to prioritise ourselves or to have a different perspective on life. And I've been talking, first of all, I want to say thank you, because I did put out a plea for people to come on and be a guest on my podcast, and I've had 4 wonderful sessions with 4 wonderful people that have agreed to let me put it on YouTube and the podcast and everything. And I love it when people get an insight from conversations that I have with them. But I just like to put it out there that every time I have a conversation with somebody, I can 99.9% say with absolute certainty that I get insights as well. That's one of the reasons why I do these lives, because I'm not seeing clients at the moment. I'm kind of losing my grasp on things, but speaking with people or speaking about this and having a topic to talk about really does fire my psychotherapeutic. I don't know what's up with my speech tonight. My psychotherapist brain to get back in gear with things. So I'm finding it really useful as well. So anybody that wants to be a guest on my podcast, I'm looking at editing these over the weekend. So I'm probably going to launch it in a week is going to be my targets. But I need to have 6 or 8 in the bank so that I'm not chasing my tail and playing catch up all the time, that I've got a few to keep me going. Obviously because I'm going over to Spain and I'm not going to want to be doing it then. Can't be doing with that when I'm away on holiday and celebrating in the festivities and everything. So I need another 4 or 6 people to come on so that I've got a good couple of months in the bag really. So don't be a chicken and come on. I'm sure the people that have done it for me already have got something out of it. Hi Jackie, I get anxiety all the time. You look great. Oh, thank you. I'm just going to put this over here and then I can read it. No, I can't because it's too long. You look great. I just go out and go for a walk and listen to music. Like the decorations. I hope you have a lovely time on your holiday in Spain. You deserve it. Oh, Tammy, that's lovely. Thank you. I hope you have a nice Christmas as well. I know it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult for a lot of us. Going back to my topic of, toxic relationships and things. Some people are going to be spending Christmas very differently to what they have done over the past couple of years. I know it's been a really iffy, last Christmas we were weren't we allowed to be together, or we were, and then it was just small numbers and there was no Christmas parties, and then there was Christmas parties, and it was all very, very confusing. you know, this year, cost of living crisis and everything else that's going on, I know that there's going to be some people out there that are struggling at the moment, which all adds to stress within the relationship and everything. So it's about, you know, even if you're celebrating on your own, or even if you're on your own over Christmas, it's about doing things that bring you joy. What is it that you want to do? You know, having a duvet day and sitting in front of the television and watching sloppy Christmas movies is absolutely fine if that's what you want to do. It's a time of year where we all get together, and that can be quite stressful in itself. If there's family members that don't necessarily enjoy each other's company, often we feel like we're forced to go to places and to stay somewhere where we don't necessarily want to be for any duration of the time. So just have a think prior to that and the run up to Christmas, and see what it actually is that you want to do. How would you like to spend Christmas? And do some planning for yourself. If it's taking yourself off for a walk in the morning just to, you know, blow away the cobwebs before you start to celebrate Christmas Day, then allow yourself to do that, because we've got to, you know, be able to prioritise ourselves and practice self-care whatever time of year it is, but particularly around this time, if we've gone through some changes, or, you know, we're not feeling particularly jolly or festive in the spirit of things. What is it that you want to do? My eldest is a proper Grinch. You know, he doesn't do Christmas at all. He tells people not to buy him presents, and he says it's very materialistic and he doesn't enjoy doing it. He did, however, I must say, and I'm very grateful, buy me an advent calendar this year. Not with the usual chocolates that most people get. I've got a Pucker tea one, and I've got a different tea bag for every day of the month, which is really nice. I think I've got a 3 ginger tea to look forward to when I finish this. I would have preferred chocolate, I have to say, but not being allowed any sweet things and not being allowed any chocolates, then that's not going to happen. But yeah, if you've got any questions about, you know, relationships and personal boundaries, I've got a list of things here. Learning how to say no, no guilt, taking care of ourselves. I am going to be recording the videos for my Choose You with my dad and mum, but that's not going to happen, but I will go for a walk. Well done, Tammy. It's about you doing what it is that you want to do. Mary's put a brilliant gift. I'm presuming you're meaning my tea bag advent calendar. It is, and it looks lovely up in my kitchen, and I do enjoy a nice, you know, cup of green tea or something, so it's quite nice. But chocolate would have been nice as well. I'm moving my thing all over the place now. And Tam's put, I now enjoy Christmas after getting out of a toxic marriage. Yeah, me too. I'm with you 100% on that, Tam. I didn't realise how toxic my relationship was until I wasn't in it anymore. I did towards the end, I must admit. But while I was in it, it just creeps up on you without you actually noticing that you're starting to lose part of yourself in that relationship. And I think that's why it can be quite damaging, because we don't even know that it's happening half the time. I just knew I'd lost my confidence, and I wasn't who I normally was when I was around him. Yeah, and he did everything he could to scupper me. I think one of the TikTok videos that I recorded to go out, I think it's going out tomorrow, is about how they stunt or try to block our self-growth. And there was quite a few occasions when I was doing my psychotherapy training. It used to be for one weekend a month. And he would try to scupper me going on my training for one reason or another. Whether he'd say that he had to work overtime and he couldn't look after the kids. And then I'd cancel it and say that I couldn't go. And then lo and betide, on that morning, he would not go into work and say, oh, they cancelled it and I forgot to tell you. But I'd already cancelled my training. Or, you know, if I was going on a night out with somebody, he would, you know, constantly be messaging and texting me all night long, not really allowing me to be present, going out and enjoying myself. He would just be saying he was lonely, or when are you coming home and I'm worried about you, and send me a picture. And it would just go on and on and on. So I eventually stopped going out, and people stopped asking me to go out, which was a shame, because, you know, I've recently found out that I actually quite like going out. Tam said, yes, that's so true. Didn't realise the effect it was having on me. I think that's the sad thing about it, is we don't realise until we're out of that relationship, or we witness other people's relationship and see, you know, what a healthy relationship looks like. But prioritising ourselves, working on our self-esteem, our self-worth, our self-growth, self-care, self-love, all these sort of things are really important, I think, when you're coming out of a toxic relationship. Or even if you're in one and you don't feel like you can get out one now. If we build our self-esteem and self-confidence, then we're able to put personal boundaries in place, and we kind of don't stand for the way that we're treated, and that's okay. It's not about feeling bad or guilty, you know, for the way that we are in that relationship or whether we're responsible or not. It's about understanding what a healthy relationship is. And if you're not in a healthy relationship, then it's about looking at how you can change that. There's something, you know, in my training and, you know, through seeing clients, that I learned that people can't make me feel a certain way. You know, I allow them to do that to me. And I always talk about relationships being co-created. And I know that when my confidence and my self-esteem was at, you know, a low ebb, I allowed, you know, this person to take advantage of that. So in part, I do feel, you know, part responsible for the way that relationship turned out, because I didn't fight for my right to be heard or anything. It was too much effort at the time. And one of the other things that I say now, you know, is that I probably won't ever get in another relationship, because they will pay the price of it, because woe betide if they step one foot out of line, because I just wouldn't go back to that again. I think I'm a lot more confident now. I'm a lot more self-assured. And, you know, I know how I want to be in a relationship. And if the other person doesn't want to be part of that, then I'm not going to settle for second best anymore. So yeah, they'd have a lot to live up to if I did get into another relationship. So focusing on ourselves, because we can't change the other person. The only person that we can change is ourselves. And it's about putting in personal boundaries, learning how to say no, and being okay with that. If you're a people pleaser, which I am a people pleaser, I think sometimes we attract certain people that know that about us, and we want to make them happy. That's understandable. But it's when they take liberties with it, or when they take advantage of us, that happens. So, you know, having personal boundaries and knowing when people step over it, and learning how to say no without feeling guilty, without feeling like we're a bad person or we're selfish. Going out for a night out with the girls is absolutely fine. You know, that's not going above and beyond anything. That's just you wanting some time out with your friend. And if your relationship is a healthy relationship, then, you know, we go through a phase of individuation and separation like we do when we're growing up, where we're confident that we can go out and enjoy ourselves, you know, with the girls, and come back knowing that our partner is going to be there and be okay with it. Same with them, that they might go out and be with the boys or girls, whichever, one night a week, and come back and we'll be okay with the fact that they've got a life outside of the relationship. That to me is a healthy relationship. Not when you've got to, you know, that honeymoon period where you've got to do everything together. It's lovely doing things together, but I think it's really important that we have interests outside of the relationship that maybe we do on our own, and then come back and we've got something to talk about and something to discuss. So, you know, we've got to trust the other person, and we've got to trust ourselves in that relationship as well. So it's quite an in-depth topic, really, that I've just skirted over the top, really, tonight. But if there are any topics that you want me to cover on this Sort Your Shizzle Out show, which is 7 o'clock every Thursday, apart from when I'm in Spain, I'm probably going to have a break. In fact, no, it's not. I think, is Christmas on a Sunday this year and New Year's Eve on a Sunday? Yeah, but I'll probably miss a week or two of that because I'll be jolly hoiting around Spain. But yeah, drop me a line if you want me to talk about any topics, or if there's any information that you want. If you feel brave enough, then come on the podcast with me. I would love to have a chat with people for 30 minutes. We just have a chat, you bring a topic, and we talk about it and see if you get any insights around that. what else is there? I'm going to sort out my Choose You course, which I think is going to help a lot of people, because this topic seems to be coming up quite a lot. I don't know whether it's because of the stuff that we're going through that relationships seem to be under a lot more pressure lately than maybe what they have been in the past. I'm not sure about that. But other than that, I shall be back next Thursday at 7 o'clock. So drop me an email. That's Jackie, Jacci, Jones, or Jackie at jackiejones.co.uk, or you can message me on Facebook, or send me a Facebook message. You private DM me if that's what you want to do. But be brave and come on and have a chat with me. You might get something out of it. I shall see you all next week. Happy December. Again, we're on the way to the festivities. Christmas is on its way, whether we like it or not. Take care.